Hi, this is Stray Passer. Welcome. Like I said, I'm still without my computer, but hopefully it's going to get fixed on Saturday. But I wanted to review Marvel's Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. episode 10, which is the mid-season finale. S.H.I.E.L.D.'s going on break until March, I believe, is what they said. Okay, this is episode 10 of season 2. Okay, and things have been wrapping up, and as last we saw in the last episode, Mac had got taken over by its possession of whatever that alien fact, and basically he attacked everybody and got thrown down the hole. Okay, and he was going to seal it back up. And also at the same time, last we heard, the fake Agent 33, had told Whitehall that what's his name? I can't remember his name now. That guy, Ward, it's told him not to blow up the plane. So he said change that order. He said blow up the plane. So this episode begins with them Hydra trying to blow up the plane, but luckily Agent May is able to maneuver out of the way, and they escape. They cloak and then they escape detention. And at the same time, you see Ward are bringing Sky to see her father in control of Hydra. And he said he kept his word and opens the door and introduces Sky to her father. And of course, Kyle MacLachlan, who plays the father, is great in this part, and he's sweating left and right, and he's trying to introduce himself and stay calm. And then of course Sky says, do you know who I am? And he said, yeah, you're a monster. And he's trying to be calm about it, and he explains to her basically what happened, where she was born, and all that stuff, and explain to her how her mother got killed, and how Whitehall was the one who killed her because his mother was special and she's special. And then at the same time, you see Agent Snarky Brit goes to Bobby and tells, he goes to Bobby and says, I heard about Mac, I'm sorry. And of course at the same time, Bobby is in Mac's little area. Then she's hiding a flash drive, and he sees that. Actually said, listen, I won't ask you any questions about that flash drive as long as I can go with you on a mission. And of course, Coulson sends her to see the contact because Hydra is there, and they want to make sure that Hydra hasn't contacted them yet. So he sends them off on that. And at the same time, Fitz and Simmons are talking, and they're still having a little awkward silence. But Fitz is more concentrated on they're constructing these bombs that they're going to manually plan, these magnetic bombs. These manual bombs that they have to plant, so that way they don't get disrupted by any kind of electric pulse or anything. So this way the bombs will go off in case things go sideways if they don't get the diviner back and Hydra takes over. They can blow up the little city underneath, so they're going to have to manually go down there and set the bombs, and it's going to be Tripp, Fitz, and Simmons to do that. And at the same time, Coulson and May and Bobby and Snarky Brit guy is going to go attack Hydra because they know Hydra is there now. And at the same time, they flash back to Sky talking to her father, and he basically tells her, listen, I'm going to pay back the man who killed your mother. Okay, so he's basically talking about, of course, Whitehall. He's gonna go down there, and he's gonna kill him. So, and that's what he's focused on. And Sky says, well, get me out of here. He said, no, you're right where you're supposed to be. This is your destiny. Basically, gives her that speech. And then and he goes off to supposedly kill Whitehall. Okay, but at the same time, when he's on his, you see Ward, Sky, her father, they're all there together. And of course, Sky's father, he's getting ready to, he has, Whitehall has a divider with him. He said, listen, I wanted to see if you could, if you're supposed to be as special as you are supposed to be. And he also tells Ward, you bring along Sky wasn't originally part of the plan. I wasn't part of the deal to be made with you. Okay, and I want to know why you're so special. And he basically gives her the diviner, and she grabs it, and then she whacks two agents with it, two guards with it, and they, turn to stone and disappear. And Sky's father takes out one guard, and Ward shoots one guard, but they have them in a standoff. And basically they have to give up. So they tie Ward up, and they put an electronic, I guess, bug that can control Sky's father, and he's on the floor in pain. not able to get to Whitehall like he wants to kill him. Okay, and at the same time you have Agent 33 there as well. Okay, and like I said, they're planting the bombs. Trip, Fitz, and Simmons are planting the bombs, and of course they're worried about running into the possessed Mac, but they don't run into him, and they successfully plant the bombs and go back up. Okay, and at the same time, Coulson and May and they lead the strike into the and Bobby and Snarky Brit. They head into the to the temple to get Sky, and of course, Sky's father manages to break away. Okay, he manages to take the bug off his neck, and he manages to break away, and he's on his way to kill Whitehall like he promised, and he's on the way to kill him, and he's about to kill him, but Whitehall turns around and sees him, and kind of smiles and pulls out a gun and gets ready like he's going to shoot him, but he gets shot from the back, and it's basically Coulson shoots him. And Sky's father goes nuts. Said, "This is my," goes nuts. "This is mine. Why did you do this? This is me. This is my kill." I guess. And Coulson says, "Thank you." And then of course he snaps and starts fighting Coulson, and he literally starts to beat him to death. Until and we flash back to where Ward and Sky are being held, and they manage to break away, and Ward mistakenly turns his back on Sky. Sky picks up a gun and shoots him. Says, "Listen, never turn your back on your enemy," and leaves him there to basically bleed out. And she's on her way, and then she runs into her father beating the crap out of Coulson, almost killing him. And she tells him to stop or I'll shoot you. And he stands up, and she says, "Now go. This is the only chance I'm going to give you." And he said, "It's okay." He said, "The people are going to fear you when you go through your chains. They're going to fear you, but I'll be there like I've always been, your father." Okay, and then he leaves, and of course Sky tends to beat to a pulp Coulson, and she says, "Listen, I gotta stop this," and she turns around, and Coulson no shape to stop her, and he yells after her, but she runs off. Okay, she runs off. Okay, and at the same time, Coulson gets to May and said, "Listen, May, we got to get out of here." Okay, he said, "Listen, evacuate everybody. I'm gonna go down there and stop, try to rescue Sky," and then so everybody's getting ready to bugger out of there, and Trip, Fitz, and Simmons hear that everybody's bugging out of here, but Sky's down there, so he goes back down there into the tunnel. Okay, and they try to stop, but he's too late. He's already propelled down there. Okay, and at the same time, what's her name? The flowery dress girl, I can't remember her name. Raina has taken the amulet, and she's going into the tunnel, and she runs into possessed Mac, who lets her go because she has the amulets, and he directs her to the temple, and she goes, and she's basically waiting on Sky, and Sky comes in there, and now Trip, who I believe is stopping the bombs while he's while he's rescuing, on his way to rescue Sky, but I guess he comes in another way because possessed Mac doesn't see him. Okay, and he comes and he manages, and the temple is starting to close when Raina puts the amulets on the temple thing, and the walls start closing in, but Trip manages to squeeze his way in there, and it closes, and then all of a sudden a light energy shoots out, and it shoots both Raina and Sky, and they get stoned up and possessed, and then you see they start to crack. Well, not Raina, but Sky. She starts to crack, and then you see poor Trip. You see, I think one of the things shot into him, and then you see him starts to stone up too. He stones up too, and then Sky bursts out of her cocoon, her little stone cocoon, and you see Trip. His cocoon thing just crumbles. He doesn't come out of him, so basically Trip is dead, which was kind of fearful. But I kind of knew when she ran in that temple, he was the only human. I kind of figured he was going to die, which is kind of messed up. And that's kind of how it goes off. With Coulson does run into Mac, who's still possessed, but once Sky comes out of that thing, Mac's possession is over. So you see Coulson and Mac there together, and Sky's alive, and she's of course transformed, and she's, I guess, going to have more power to her. Trip is dead. I think Raina is still cocooned, and I think that's how it ends. So now we got to wait till March to see, I guess, what the next episodes. Got to wait till all the way to March. So I guess it's the rest of December, January, and February. about 2 months and about almost 3 months to wait for new episodes of S.H.I.E.L.D. Well, I'm interested in where it's going. This season has been interesting, and this episode kind of ramped things up. The tension and stuff is really good and high in this. At least Mac looks like he's back to normal. I'm sorry about Trip because I really like Trip, and they didn't give him nearly enough to do, I think, and killing him off now I think it's kind of bogus, but I guess it is what it is. But we'll see, and also, we got the mystery of, remember, Sky's father still out there, which I think Kyle MacLachlan, I think, was really great as Sky's father, and he told her name Daisy. I think Daisy was her name. He called her name, and she called him Dad once, but Daisy is supposed to be her name, her real name, Sky. Anyway, this was a really good episode. Oh yeah, I forgot to tell you, when Ward had got shot by Sky when he turned her back to check the door, and she shot him and ran off to chase, I guess to chase after her father. Agent 33, one with Agent May's face, she sees that Whitehall is dead. She kind of lost her purpose, and she runs into a wounded Ward, and and she's saying she doesn't know what to do, because while Whitehall basically possessed her, hypnotized her. So with him not being alive again, she has no purpose, and she says she doesn't know what to do. She's confused. She doesn't know what to do. So Ward says, "I can help you. I can help you. Just get out of here. Just help me up." And she basically helps him up, and off they go. So now you have Agent 33 with Agent May, the fake May with her half-burned May face, her and Ward is out there still alive, which is good. I'm kind of mad about, well, not mad, but kind of sad about Trip. I said they didn't give him nearly enough to do to me, but and I kind of had a bad feeling once he ran back, and I said, oh, he's gonna die because in the temple and he's the only human one in there, so he's gonna, and sure enough he dies. So I'm kind of sad about that, but what it is, I guess they have to raise stakes in this. This episode was really good. I especially love Kyle MacLachlan and his Sky's father. I think he was just fantastic with his barely concealed rage. I'm gonna give this episode, episode 10, Marvel's Agent S.H.I.E.L.D. I'm gonna give it an 8 out of 10. I thought it was really good. Now I gotta wait all this time for new episodes. I gotta wait till March, unfortunately. But I'll be watching Agent Carter because I love the actress who plays Peggy Carter. She's great, so I'll be watching that show in the meantime. Anyway, let me know what you think of Marvel's Agent S.H.I.E.L.D. with the mid-season finale. What do you think of it? Feel free to leave comments down below. And this is Trey Pastor saying so long and take care. And hopefully, like I said, my computer will be back by Saturday. I'll be up and running. Take care.